Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. I want to give double honor to our apostles, to our elders who rule well. I want to say blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. I wanted to do this quick little lesson. It was based on a topic I had a discussion with someone within the ministry a couple days ago, and it really ignited a good question within myself and to them, and really to the Akim, you know. And I just wanted to do this lesson just to give the understanding, because you know, I also had that same mentality for a while. And as you see, you know, the name of this lesson is use this world as not abusing it, right? So the thing is, we were discussing, you know, investing our money, you know, and comparing to rent to mortgage, right? You know, so on one side, the individual said, look, Babylon's going to be destroyed. What's the point to doing the mortgage, right? Which I understand the sentiment, but in the same sense, like the pro to mortgage, I would say, is, yeah, it's a death note. You're not going to pay it off. You're not meant to pay it off, and it's expected for you to be paying it until you die, you know. But also, you know, the rent, the mortgage is lower than rent, right? And you have an invested stock. You have something, okay? So, with that being said, you know, if you have the mindset of saying, hey, I'm not gonna, you know, do that, I'm gonna rent, then you turn around, you know, and say, hey, I don't want to spend more on that, it's too expensive. But wait, Babylon's going to be destroyed. Nothing's too expensive. As long as you got the money, you can go ahead and do it. Now, I'm not saying that you spend the money willy-nilly, but why would you save? You know, like the scripture said, give us this day our daily bread. You know, pay your rent, pay everything, and you should just live off what you got that day, right? You know, so it's like, you know, you should coincide with that mentality. So I say that to say that basically you got to have a balance. You know what I'm saying? You know, there was basically disciples that were in good states. You know, they left their jobs, but they, at the same time, they still had them perfections, those professions, for lack of better words. Like, I'm just getting off work, so I'm kind of dingy. You know, and we have to understand that, you know, the scripture says, be as pilgrims. In the same, actually in the same scripture, you know, and also in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, it says, be as pilgrims, those who buy and sell as though they bought not, those who sell as though they sold not. So the point I'm getting at is basically, you can invest into things, into this world, but don't become attached, okay? Because, you know, you're supposed to hasten in the day, but you don't sit there and squander or fester and just wait. You got to flip your talent spiritually, and also you can invest in yourself, man, because the Lord provided certain things for us to utilize, man. You know, if you want to put your child in a better schooling system, you know, of course you don't want to school them, but if basically you're in this system, you want to do that. If you have an opportunity to make more money, long as it's not affecting the ministry, you're okay. Long as you're not bugging out, you know, long as you don't have a love of money and you're always trying to do a get rich quick scheme, and you're always trying to come up, and that's where your focus is, you know, it's really your mentality. Now, this mindset is for those who can handle it. You know, when I was young in the faith, I was like, man, Babylon gonna be destroyed. It don't make no sense of going to school. It don't make no sense to do nothing but just go to work. You know, it says, I ain't got to do nothing but be black and die. You know what I'm saying? Type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? When, hey, I've been in this truth 10 years, man. I could have invested, you know, somewhere and put myself in a better position to also help the body be in a better position. You know, sometimes you think selfishly to where, you know, Babylon's going down, so why am I going to do this for somebody else, or why I'm going to do this? You know, for me, I'm always thinking about the ministry. I'm always thinking about, you know, look, I can get a house that's at this size, or I can invest my money over here, or you know what I'm saying? It's always about the body when you think about it, you know, so it's more than yourself, and it's toward the ministry, you know. Now, again, it's not an obligation, but it's saying, so basically the conversation was, you know, I don't feel like that's a right move. In a sense, that was the innuendo of it, or the insinuation was like, that is not the way to go, because it seems carnal. Hey, shit, eating's carnal. You know what I'm saying? Going out to eat is carnal. You know what I'm saying? If Babylon's going to be destroyed, you might as well eat beans, rice, and what you need to survive, and eat that. Why do you go and watch movies? Why do you watch TV? Why don't you just read, pray, you know, eat the daily nutritions? Why do you don't enjoy nothing, basically? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's not a good enough reason, in my opinion, to say that. Unless you're on your John the Baptist tip, you just eating wild locusts and honey, and you getting it how you live, and you're just all about preaching the gospel, or you're all about the truth. So it's like, you know, you gotta have a balance, or you either are consistent in your life with what you say. You know, as the scriptures say, let your yea be yea, your nay be nay. Anything else is of confusion and coming from the devil. You know, so if you're not like, for me, I live that life of saying, you know, fuck everything or forget everything. You know, it's all about the truth. And if it ain't about the truth, then I'm not participating in it. And, you know, I end up basically squandering time, and not really time, but squandering opportunities with the mentality like, I'm gonna get out here tomorrow. So, you know, this job, F this job, I'll leave right now. You know what I'm saying? Or F this situation, I'll leave it right now. I don't care. And then, you know, 10 years later, you know what I'm saying? Lord's Abaratazai, we're not here 10 years. I don't think we're going to be here 10 years. I highly doubt it. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and not do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just sit on the couch and just wait for the Lord type of deal. You know what I'm saying? You know, even from spiritually to physically, I'm always going to do something to keep my mind active. I'm always going to do something to grow, not only spiritually, but in this world too. You know, and I always connect both. You know, where I need to spiritually be disciplined, I apply it to the world, man. Where I need to spiritually have faith and take a chance, I apply it to the world. You know, and to make an excuse and apply something that, because sometimes this is where I get, this is opinion, not a fact. I believe that things that we are uncomfortable with, sometimes we blame it on the ministry, or we blame it on, or we try to say, I don't do this because of the truth, when really it's really your own self and your own demons. You know, like case in point, the nigga woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the nigga woman ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Things like that for the most part. But sometimes you're not right. Sometimes you're not a manager woman. Sometimes you don't know how to manage your house. And you're the problem. And you're just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I treat them like this because these women ain't, you know, blase blah. Nah, if you treat a woman right, you know, you might have a woman that'll spiritually be with you, because the Lord said, whom he put together can, you know, no man separate. Now the apostle say, like, look, you know, apostle said, and they referred to the scripture, you know, it said, man, if your woman don't want to, you know, don't want to basically listen to you, just leave her. Because the scripture says the woman go with, you know, you go where you would not have her, cut her off and give her a bill of divorce. So it's biblical. So that don't mean you go out here and just treat women any kind of way, and then when they trigger you, you just, you know, oh, that's a sign right there. Get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture also tell you that you can't just leave her, you can't have an ill eye towards your woman for nothing. You know what I'm saying? She messed up your rice-a-roni in your lunch. She burnt your rice-a-roni. Now you oh, that's it. That's it. You got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? No, man. You know, do that mean you got to be all your head all up your woman's hind part? Whatever she say, do, go. You know what I'm saying? It's a balance, man. You know, the Lord said put no other person before him, right? But then he said, he that have love of his children, the things that the Most High love, man, that have love of his children. So it's a balance. You got to have love for your kids, but you can't put your kids before the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, basically at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want within the scriptures, but just don't put it before the Most High. You know, do you do the work? Do you believe? Do you keep the law, statutes, and commandments? Do you do things that's congruent with the prophecies? You know what I'm saying? So that's what really matters, is where your faith is and where your mind is at. You know what I'm saying? You could be a fucking bowling champion, or you could be a bowling champion and being the truth. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. You could be in the NFL, you could be in the NBA. You know, you could do what you want, as long as you're in the truth. And what I mean by being the truth is, you could be a prophet, whatever your lot is. For most men, majority of the men, you're gonna be a prophet. That's just that. But there are a few cases where men are basically in a position to where they're not able to you know, be within the ministry, but they attend to the ministry. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can't be penny pinching with a carnal thing, and then at the same time say you don't want to attend to it because you're in the spirit. It's like, what are you talking about? It don't make any sense. You know, and like I said, really it comes from, stemming from, you know, us being in the world and how we grew up. You know, honestly, there's a lot of things that, for me, like, you know, going to school at an early age, you know, I could have got a degree or something like that, and I'm just like, nah, man, Babylon gonna be destroyed, and, you know, I ain't going to get no certificate, no trade, no nothing. And it made it at a point, I can't say it makes it, it made it at a point very difficult to take care of my household. You know what I'm saying? But then I got up and got a trade, and then I was able to do that better, and then it relieves stress to even focus more on the truth. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't sit there and say, oh, no, Babylon will be destroyed. Why are you doing this or why are you doing that? Long as you are congruent with the ministry and what the Lord's will is, long as you're not like, man, Babylon going to be destroyed in 5 years once I graduate. Or, you know, like you in school, like, you know what I'm saying? It's destroyed tomorrow, it's destroyed tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mentality you should have. If you like Babylon's going to be destroyed, so I ain't going to do nothing, you know, really you should just be wilding out, not like being wicked, but really you should just not care about penny pinching. You should just be living life on the edge. Really, you shouldn't even worry about a house. You should just be a nomad. Get it how you live. Live day by day. Have total faith. You pray, wake up and walk outside and travel from, get your Paul on or something like that, because you waiting on you're hastening the day. But that's you could do that, but that's not wise. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay your bills. You got to render. You got to pay your taxes. Render unto Caesar things unto Caesar. You know, it's like, that's a good point, and that's a good point where, you know, Jay could be like, you know what I'm saying, man, I ain't paying Esau that damn money. And like, no, you got to pay your taxes. You're going to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't act like, oh, I'm so spiritual as Babylon, so that's why I do this. That's why I ain't going to know. That's from old habits. That's from not wanting to do, you know, not wanting to be disciplined, handling your business within the world. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to handle your business within the world in order to be responsible in the truth, man. Because you can't be out here, you know, running from IRS or running from the police because you don't want to pay a ticket or a fine, and then you're on the highways and you get locked up for some BS, and you know, they can say anything about you type of deal, because you're not handling yourself right. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, when I'm getting across is there's nothing wrong with investing within the ministry, within the world. You know, if you get in a car, a house, financing, loans. Like, if a Babylon's gonna be destroyed, why not get a loan and pay it back in increments, knowing that you're never gonna pay it back because it's gonna be destroyed tomorrow? If I take a $100,000 loan out today and saying, oh, I know Babylon gonna be destroyed tomorrow, you came up, right? You know what I'm saying? But why would you say, nah, Babylon be destroyed? Why would I take a loan out? Because it's gonna be destroyed. They ain't gonna get that money. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality. But because we have old habits, those things transfer into it clings unto us, and it comes into the ministry, and we confuse ourselves and tell ourselves this is a truth, this is a biblical reason why I act like this, when it's not, man. You know, a brother's being obnoxious and wild, and you say, oh, that's because my tribe is like that, or you know what I'm saying? That's just like this, you know, when persons say, oh, you know, when I you know, get angry, then I, you know, ask for forgiveness, and I treat you like shit, and then I come back, or I'm unforgiving. That's because I'm a Leo and all that. No, it's because you're a piece of shit, man. There ain't no spiritual divine reason on why you act like a brute beast, man. You know, because it's logically not reasonable for you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's certain things in points of the year where the moon, in the moon phases can make people get, you know, off kilter, because our body is 80% water, and then when the new moon comes, you know, it get that, that's where the term lunatic comes from. It can throw you off kilter, where your body starts feeling things based off the weather, or based off the stars and things like that. That's very true. You know, me working in nursing homes, I know when the phases of the moon happen, especially with full moon, a lot of people that have UTIs and all kind of, they get bugged out. They get bugged out. That's because the moon, when that moon phase, especially on the full moon, they go to talking about their old grandma that was, you know, I'm looking for my grandma. Your grandma died 50 years ago, G. You a grandma's grandma, so I know your grandma ain't nowhere around, you know. So I'm just saying, like, overall, just getting back to what I said, you know, be balanced, be reasonable. Don't blame your worldly habits on the truth. You know what I'm saying? Just say, I don't know nothing about that. I'm uncomfortable with it. I never did it before. Or, you know, with anything. It's fine. It's totally fine. We have to be honest with ourselves within it. But my best advice is, man, look, invest. You know, but look, this place is going to be destroyed. That's a fact. You know, if you don't want to invest, that's fine. But you got to be consistent in your nature. You know, and this is a like I said, it's a lesson that I went through, and I was talking to somebody and they were saying the same thing. And me being older in the faith is like, you know, I'm trying to get it across so you can understand it. But, you know, I was like, I should do a lesson on this, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of brothers out there that think the same way. And you're just like really putting yourself in a bad spot to, you know, putting yourself in a bad spot to not being able-bodied. Just like when your house showers, you know, needed to be buried, you know, his grave was paid for. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't paid for by just by the ministry's money. You know, someone specifically came and paid for it, okay? And that person had money. You know what I'm saying? Luke being a physician, you know, Peter and them, you know, being fishermen, and you know, you got Yahushua as a carpenter. These people had professions, man. You know, now when they got into the ministry, this is a whole different ballpark. They became like spiritual elders per se, that the surrounding body took care of them. Okay, so that means they didn't have to work, just like our apostles. They shouldn't have to work. They shouldn't have to do anything, because we as a body should be taking care of them. They're the Levites of our congregation. Our elders are our Levites of the congregation, just like the elder of your camps. They're like the regional Levites of your congregation. So they shouldn't have to strain or work as much when their job is to lead your pack. You know, it's really selfish to say, oh, you doing this with the time money, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? When this person is guiding you and helping you and feeding you, you would rather that person have more time to put interest into you than wasting energy on the world, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why people pay. If you're a boxing coach, that's why boxing coaches get paid, unlike Mike Perry, you know, which is dumb. But, you know, that's why people pay. You know, that's why, you know, like in our time, our Levites were the physicians. We actively paid them, so we didn't have to pay them when we needed them, and they basically extorted you for so much money and created a corrupt system like Esau has with his physicians, to where you don't pay them, you go get a ride in an ambulance, and it's $500 to $1,000. because, oh, you don't pay me and this is what it costs. You know, when you actually need the help and you can't actively afford it. You know, so it's just a decent mindset to have. You know, I'm just trying to get the balance. Like I said, the ultimate thing is be balanced with yourself or be consistent with your mindset. You know, because if you're to me, on a personal level, if you're inconsistent, then something about it is not true about it. You know, and I ain't talking about when the Holy Spirit guides you to do something and not do something. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that if you have a code or a creed or a decree that you live by, and you say, "Oh man, I'm a vegan. I don't eat no meat." You know what I'm saying? That's my life choice. I just don't mess with it. I don't like it. And then I catch you at the Outback, and it's like, man, my mom brought me out here. I just had to eat. It's like, no, bro, like, nah, like, you're inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? So what happens? Your respect level goes down. Your belief, a person's belief in you goes down. The respect of others in you goes down. You know, but it's just something that was just on my spirit, man. If you brothers are out there, examine the times, as 2 Ezra chapter 9 says. Examine the times, know what time you're in. All right, we're almost out of this thing. It could happen any day now, but it doesn't mean that you don't have the opportunity to invest or do anything monetarily. It don't mean that you don't get no dog you like. It don't mean that you don't get to buy a bike and ride. It don't mean that you don't exercise and don't eat. You could just eat Cheetos all day and eat what you want. That's long as it's lawful, and just sit on the couch all day and read and watch videos and catch a heart attack until you catch a heart attack. Basically, why do you exercise? Because exercise profit of nothing, right? Why would you get healthy? What's the point? If Babylon's gonna be destroyed, why get healthy? Eat what you want. So like you gotta be fair about your logic of saying, man, this place is gonna be destroyed, so I'm not gonna invest. No, you know what it is? It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of discipline to go into this area. You know, so be consistent. If you don't want to up to that discipline, just say that's what it is. You know, because nothing wrong with being a John the Baptist, and there's nothing wrong with being Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being a Luke. You know, it's nothing wrong. As long as you're in this ministry, as long as you believe, and as long as your actions are reflecting the will of the Most High and the process of His prophecies, you're totally fine. You know what I'm saying? Spent years, just studying. But I believe that it was the Lord's will for me on my journey within this ministry. I spent years, sticking to the truth, and I could have fought at a certain level, competition-wise, and even with pro. But under the guides, I was told to, hey, chill. You know what I'm saying? But then I was told later on, hey, you could have done it if you want. As long as you're not a manage yourself, as long as you come and do this work, you blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? As long as you believe, you pay your tithes, you do your work, you know what I'm saying, you keep your lessons going. It's like, yeah, that could have been done. You know what I'm saying? And I could have made money. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get vexed or get malicious about it. I just seen it as, hey, man, that was my lot, because the Lord didn't want me in that position. But I'm not gonna, act like that's through wisdom now. I'm not gonna act like this is a bad idea. I shouldn't be doing it. Hey, if I had the energy to do it or the spirit to do it, like I had then to fight, I would. I'd go and give me a quick little $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose $2,000, come home. That's $2,000 in my pocket. That's accelerating my household, man, for a quick little situation. So, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. So that goes back into, judge not, type of a man in meat and drink feasts of high holy days. It's not exactly or accurately to that. It's basically, a person, whatever floats their boat, long as they're not going off, it's totally fine. But you got to be consistent with that mentality. Now, if you have a revelation, yeah, then that's what it is, because we grow. You're not going to stay in the same mindset the whole time. But just don't act like it's a spiritual thing. The thing is, you got to be transparent, be honest with yourself, and be honest with others, to say, I ain't feeling that because I don't know how to balance myself, or I don't understand how to do that. I don't know. know what I'm saying? I'm not a stock guy, so I don't, you know what I'm saying? I gotta sit down with somebody and they explain it to me. You know, and I tell them I think it's a bad idea. I don't know nothing about it. You know, I don't want to lose my money. I'm not gonna say, hey man, that ain't spiritual. You know, I don't think that's a divine thing. It's like, nah, I just don't know nothing about it. That's the reality. You know? Hey man, look at that. I don't know if I can show y'all through the spirit, man. That ain't no regular jet, man. You know? Dang, you can't see it. You know, this camera sucks. You know, it may have been a chariot that just zoomed by, but yeah, man, I just wanted to share with y'all brothers that and just put that out there through the spirit. I think that's something that should definitely be talked about in our day-to-day, because we live every day. You know, we living out here every day. Every brother got to pay bills. We're not bums. We're out here living, and we got to be economic. You know, for one, to be an able body. For me, I pride myself on being economic because as a head of a camp, other brothers come out here, I want to take care of them. Now, if I'm sitting here, you know, being a nomad, and brothers want to visit, I don't got the resources to do it. I don't got the room. I don't got the housing for them or nothing. Then they can't come, and you know what I'm saying? So I put myself in a position. I do things to be able to accommodate the body economically. I work certain jobs to get a certain pay so I can have brothers come in and live and be properly accommodated. You see what I'm saying? So it's a method to the madness, so to speak. So it's like, don't shun it, understand it. You know, with that being said, I want to call Allah to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, the Ba'ansa apostles who are elders who rule well. Say blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching and doing truth, sincerity. Sincere, high, Shalom.